like hair. Lick it.
Real reason that abusive black women are so angry at you good black men is because the other races of women admire how emotionally strong you are. No matter how much verbal and mental abuse you endure, you never take out those traumas on the other races of women who choose you. How dare you not let your dysfunctional childhood stop you from having a mature adult relationship? How dare you not stay with me so I can keep taking my pain out on you? How dare you keep fighting me in court for visitation when you know I'm turning these kids against you? How dare you have my kids seeing you happy with her? How dare you get married so soon after we broke up, but I'm over here single 8 years later? And how dare you expect me to get over it 8 years later? And that is the real reason why so many of these angry, bitter, abusive black girls are so furious with you good, resilient black men.
Example. I was in a relationship when I was younger, and I was going with this. She was very pretty. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I was smooth looking back in the days. I was a good looking guy. Yeah, I'm older now, and but believe me, and I had a lot of relationships, and I had no problems getting, talking to females and having really nice looking girlfriends. But it's not all about looks. The one time I was dating this one female, she was very nice looking. I mean, pretty black woman. And I wanted to better myself. I wanted to better myself. So in order to do that, I had to leave the state. Actually, I had to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states away. And my plan was get a job, become successful, and not just a job, but a job, and then from that point, save money, and then start this, that, and that, and get into new ventures, and then send for her. So I did all those things. And when I came back home to my hometown, I came to her house, and I saw this car outside in the front of her place. So I knocked on the door, knocked on the door, knocked on the door. No answer. So what the heck? I came back the next day, knocked on the door, but the car wasn't there. And she answered. I said, who was that car? Whose car was that in front of your door? She tried to play dumb, but, eventually I found out. She had went back with this old boyfriend that she used to deal with. The guy that treated her like trash. The guy didn't even care about her much. So she started because I was out of state. I was out of state. As they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and that's exactly what she did. But hey, she lost a good thing. She lost an ambitious man who wanted something more in life than just being in the same town and area with the nobodies. So anyway, to make a long story short, I was upset with her. I was like, why would you mess with somebody while I'm away? You know where I was going, and I was trying to do this and trying to do that. And she was like, well, I said, you know what? Okay, fine. That what you want? That's what you want? Fine. So anyway, I went back to the state where I was living, dragging my heart behind me. So when I got back there, and as the years gone by, not many, but a couple of years, I became really successful. So one year I decided to come back home to my old neighborhood to visit my parents. So I was over at my parents' house now. She grew up one town away from me, but it was, it wasn't that far. It was like near the border. We lived near the border of her town that she grew up in. And somehow she found out I was at my parents' house. Somehow she found out. I don't know how she found out. But anyway, there was a car pulling up the driveway. My sister just happened to be over that day. One of my sisters visiting my parents as well. And so she saw the car pulling up, so she walked down the back steps and walked, because we had a long driveway, the house that I grew up in, from the street, and it ran along the side of the house all the way to the back. We had a barn too. I mean, it was in the back, so it was pretty big property. So I was in the back, just chilling. Had some lawn chairs out there, chilling. Really nice big backyard. But anyway, make a long story short, my sister walked up to the car and, hey, I heard, how you doing, this, that, and the other. So my sister looked at me and said, hey, you're not going to believe who this is. I said, who? She said, you come see for yourself. So I walked up. It was a bad sports car. So I walked up to the car, and guess who it was? My ex. It was her. She got out of the car looking gorgeous, because she had them pretty hazel eyes. She was beautiful. And so anyway, she said, "Yeah, I'm an executive at this telecommunication company. It was AT&T, and she was like a bigwig, whatever." And so I said, "Well, wow, you looking good." She said, "Thank you." She said, "You looking good too." I said, "I appreciate that." So I said, "Hey, what's up with you?" She said, "Well, just working and stuff like that." So by that time, she had a couple of kids from this guy, Anyway, but they got married and they got divorced. Because I asked, I said, "What's up with you?" She said, "No, we got divorced. We did." I said, "Oh, you got married?" She said, "Yeah." So anyway, to make a long story short, she wanted my number. I gave her my number. She gave me her number, and we talked a little bit more. And then she said, "Hey, call me," and so she left. And you know what I did with her number? I crinkled it up and threw it in the trash. My sister said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't move backwards in life. I continue moving forward. I continue looking forward." It was her loss. And just like I'm telling you, black women out there, you get a good man, or if you see a good man, don't overlook him. Because because one woman's trash could be another woman's treasure. Remember that.